This is the Experience Optimist, and I wanted to talk about being nice and naive. In today's world and society wants men to be nice and naive. And this is true when it comes to women as well. But what do I mean by nice? When I was younger, teachers, generally female, and people around me, adults that wanted to manipulate me, manipulate my actions, would always frame it as being nice. If they wanted me to wash the dishes, they would say, "Nice boys wash the dishes." They wanted me to be quiet and not talk, they would say, "Nice boys don't talk." One of the things that I often heard was kids are to be seen and not heard. And if you're a nice kid, that you shut up around adults. And that was pretty much to keep kids in line. And the thing is, as a kid and even growing up, I was easy to manipulate because I was extremely nice and naive. I was one of those super Christian, you should never lie, you should never cheat, leave it to Beaver type guys. And I believed everything that a lot of adults would tell me, which ended up in me oftentimes being manipulated. But there was a silver lining to this as well, because now that I've taken the red pill and now that I'm older, when I was younger and throughout life, I believed so much bullshit that now that I've taken the red pill, I can see the bullshit coming a mile away. And it helps me to help other men avoid some of the pitfalls that happen to me. But I just want you guys to understand that that's how society sets up men, is that first they get you to be nice, being nice, doing whatever they want you to do. And then they get you to be naive, which is basically believing all the bullshit that they tell you, is right. They want you to believe it. In church, they'll tell you to give money to the church, even though that money's going into the preacher's pockets. They'll tell you that one ideology is the best, whether it's liberalism, whether it's conservatism. They'll tell you that these people over here are bad and those people over there are good, and vice versa. And it's all pretty much just one big game of bullshit. And the more you listen to it, the more you're nice, the more you're naive, the more susceptible you are to being put on the pussy plantation. And that's what happens with a lot of men. Simps are basically men who are nice and naive. Women tell them in order to be a good man, you have to deal with their bullshit, deal with their narcissism, deal with their unrealistic expectations. And as a man, you're trying to deal with these things. So you work harder at work. You buy her fancy things. You buy her extravagant vacations. And in order to do this, you have to be on the plantation, working harder, excuse me, trying to outdo other men, fighting against other men that ultimately should be your comrades. And as far as being naive, what happens is you start to believe women, what they say, everything that they say, everything that society says. And the way women do it, as far as getting you to be naive and believing everything that she may say, is very tricky. For example, let's say you're a jiu-jitsu guy, the martial arts where it focuses on chokes, arm locks, leg locks. You've probably seen it in the UFC, it's a part of MMA, mixed martial arts. But let's say you're into that. That's your thing. You love doing it. You practice 4 or 5 times a week. And your woman does not want you to do it because she feels that it takes time away from the time that you spend with her. It takes the focus off of her. So what she will do is she'll come to you, and she won't say that she wants you to quit so that you can focus more on her. No. She'll come to you and say, you know what, honey, I see that you really enjoy jiu-jitsu, and I like the fact that you enjoy jiu-jitsu, but I'm a little worried because you can really get hurt doing jiu-jitsu. And if you get hurt doing jiu-jitsu, our family could suffer. Your kids could suffer. And you won't be able to get back and forth to work. I'm just worried about you. And she'll frame it in such a way to where you would think that she's looking out for your best interest. And the thing is, with jiu-jitsu, you'll always get hurt. Even if you're the most safe practitioner, something will happen. You'll tweak your ankle or your back or your neck or something. So she implants that into your mind. So later on, you'll be doing jiu-jitsu, and let's say you break a finger. So you break a finger and you go home, and then your wife's on you. She'll immediately get in your face and say, Lloyd, look, I told you this was going to happen. I told you you were going to get hurt. And now look, we have to spend more money on hospital. I have to go and pick up groceries for you because you're hurt. And I told you, I warned you. And because you don't want to hear the nagging anymore, you'll end up giving us something that you really, really enjoy, that ultimately would have helped you on later on down the line, because jiu-jitsu helps you build determination, confidence, self-defense skills. There's a community generally in a lot of BJJ dojos. You'll give all that stuff up just because she was nagging you and you believed that she was doing out of the best interest of the family. And you believing that is basically naive. The reality was that she was selfish. She didn't want you to be happy. She would rather you focus on herself. And that's what happens with a lot of men in society as well. When you're on the plantation, people will tell you anything. Well, as a good man, you need to work 60 hours. But then you think to yourself, well, wait a minute, why can't I create my own consulting company, and then I could telecommute from around the world and write code from around the world? People will look at you and say, no, that's not good. You're not being a nice man. You're not being a good man. You need to commute 2 hours to work. You need to always work 60 hours a week, live in this McMansion, pay this huge mortgage bill, and throw your life away for this company. And a lot of men believe it because they're naive. They've been indoctrinated to believe this. So again, women in society want men who are nice and naive, because those are the men that are easily manipulated. And can be put on the pussy plantation. This was just something on my mind. I wanted to get that out. If you like this video, give a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button, share the videos, support other MGTOW channels, and I'll talk to you later. This is